ready.
Oh my God.
She learned it on the piano in 2 hours, like an hour.
Want to do it one more time?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it more mellow this time.
Do it more mellow this time. Let's figure out the little parts of the instrumental that you can actually do more dynamically. I was going to say you should do it a little bit more rougher and louder, because when you're singing like that, it sounds great.
It is okay?
Yes, it
Should I have
sounds
this
great.
so that when I like scream into the microphone, you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I think you should try to keep it like you just did it. Otherwise you're going to do another version, and by the time you come to the final version, you'll be confused which version you want to do.
Well, I know that's the version I will always do.
Okay. Both microphones. You just go them on by looking at them. Play it more dynamically.
What key is this in, do you know? It's like, it's got a C sharp in the minor.
I'm going to tell a little story. This is a guy who's performed with Helena. His name's Michael Jerome. He's the drummer for John Cale. He's the drummer for Better Than Ezra. He's the drummer for a lot of bands, a lot of very interesting people. He met Helena and he was blown away by her in Los Angeles. He told me afterwards, you know, he goes, it's so easy to be cynical when you're dealing with musicians and artists and people that do things. And it's so lovely to be around enthusiasm. I saw Helena on the street corner in Abbot Kinney. And when walking up to her, she was holding a violin, and she's looking at me like, oh no, not another old freak. And I said, hey man, can you play that thing? And she looked at me like, what do you think I'm standing here for with the violin? And I was like, no, but I mean, can you really play it? Do you know what you're doing? And she stepped back 1 yard from me and started playing the violin like, take that. And I was like, hang on 1 second. I went running off to get my friend Peter, and I brought Peter back and said, hey Peter, can you tell me if she can really play this thing or not? Because I have no idea. So we sat and said, can you do this again? And she's like, I need $1. And I gave her $1. I gave her $1, and she played again the violin, and Peter goes to me, whispers through my ear, he goes, hey, she's pretty good. So we brought her in, I started calling her, I started writing her on Facebook. She totally ignored me for 3 months, and then one day she pretended like, oh, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you were writing me. Like, how's it going? So now we brought her out here, Sandy's basically adopted her, so mom and the daddy got something to worry about. Yeah, sister. And so the reason I'm showing this picture here is because Andy told me, there's Andy in the back, he's the guy, he's my partner here in this building. And Andy's what made this building possible. And when I said like, hey Andy, we gotta work on like some art, we gotta frame something. So here's this picture of Michael Jerome, I brought it here. I took it over to the water place over there to show the guy that owns all the hot dog stands. Like, I'm gonna take a picture of you and your family. And I showed him this picture, and it flew out of my hands and like landed in all the garbage and the sewage and stuff like that. So I cleaned it off and everything like that. But this broken glass is what Andy said, hey, if we get some broken glass, I can make an interesting frame. So I was driving along and I saw one of these auto glass car companies, and I said to the guy, stop and said, hey, do you have any broken glass? And he goes, yeah, here's a bag of broken glass. And I brought it back to Andy like a cat bringing a dead bird. And this is the result. And there's going to be a ton of this stuff in the building. What you're going to watch right now are 4 pieces of songs you've already seen a little bit. We're going to try to play it from beginning to end. This is part of the Moonlight Project. The Moonlight Project is 14 songs and 134 variations. These are 4 of those variations. It was arranged with Michael Perez and Helena. Michael Perez is the musical director in this whole thing right here. And we're going to play these 4 songs together with Jeanette. We're going to go from beginning to end. So feel free to make as much noise as you want and scream and yell at everybody. And let's see if we can get through this for 18 minutes, 19 minutes, 20 minutes. And we'll take a break and get to meet one another and have a drink and all that kind of stuff.
Helena was also a director, I think.
Helena's always the director.
Yeah, Helena's
okay.
always the director.
Thank you guys so much for coming, and happy Father's Day. It's great you guys are here. It's fantastic.
I'd also like to offer a lot of gratitude to my family, to my mom and my grandparents, who I haven't seen in like almost 3 years since I moved out to California. Didn't come back, and music runs through everyone's veins, and it runs particularly intensely in mine. Thank you for everything.